Yo, welcome back. It's your boy Max Numbers, and today we're going to do another episode of Character Highlights starring Celestial Mercedes. So let's take a look at her kit. So for her skill 3 is Finale. She attacks everything and she attack boosts herself. And the key portion of this skill is that she gets 20% combat readiness for every enemy she crits. So this is up to 80% combat readiness that you can just get back instantly just by using this skill. Next up, she's going to follow up with her skill 2, which is Dimensional Rupture. Attacks all enemies with a massive light spear, and it does percent health damage. Really cool, makes her useful for PvE. Here we have Divine Bolt, which is just a single target attack with anti-heal. Alright, so for skill ups for Celestial Mercedes, you're definitely going to want to skill up her skill 3. She has really high damage increases with skill ups on her skill 3. It's a sum total of 50%. So that is her bread and butter. You need these skill ups. After that, you want to go for the skill 2. It has a 40% damage increase. And then for her skill 1, you can take it, you can leave it. It's not a big deal. Goes up to a 50% chance to anti-heal. So, for her strengths, she is a god tier cleaver. Second only, I would say, to either Arbiter Vildred or regular Vildred. The reason for this is because she has really high skill up damage. Even though her multiplier doesn't seem on paper like it's that large, she also gets to follow up immediately with her second attack. So she basically has double the damage on her cleave that any other cleaver has, which is pretty crazy. And this is especially true if you have the Dizzy artifact. With the Dizzy artifact, she gets 100% CR if you max it out. 100% CR from skill 3 if she crits 4 characters. Pretty dope. I actually use that in PvP myself, so I can definitely attest to it being a nice combo. She generally just does good damage. Now for weaknesses, she's really squishy, she's really slow, and she doesn't really have any utility. She doesn't fit into a team comp from most hunts or PvE content aside from Azimanic. And that's just because, like I said, she doesn't really have any utility. And like, cleave is nice, but without utility, it kind of makes her not terribly useful. She's best used in places where you need to immediately kill a large group of enemies that aren't tanky. Now, as far as gear, you're going to want attack set, destruction set. You could potentially go swift set if you have really good attack subs on a swift set. For her 2 set, you want crit. For percent stats, for her necklace, you want crit or crit damage, preferably crit damage. Ring, you want attack. Boots, you want attack or speed. I prefer attack over speed for C Mercedes. Now the reason for this is because, like I said, she's primarily an arena cleave character. So what you want to do with her is you want to get 2 boosters. You want to get her turn with an attack buff so that she can wipe the enemy team. That's pretty much all you want to do with her. So for that, the attack boots make it a lot easier than the speed boots do. For some scenarios, you might have to run speed boots just to close those speed tuning gaps. I plan on talking about that in a later video on how to speed tune your team, how to tackle that. But yeah, largely I would say stick to crit damage, attack with really good crit subs and a crit set to round it out as far as her percent stats. For artifacts, you're going to want to go with, if you have it, Necro and Undine. It's a really good one. It gives her combat readiness for using AoE attacks. Both of her non-skill 1 abilities are AoEs, so she gets a lot of use from this. You can go Portrait of the Saints, which is basically Exorcist Tonfa, which is also recommended, by the way, but stronger. Now that's limited, so some people may not have that. Next up is Etiquette. Etiquette is good because if you're trying to use her in PvE content, it lets you cycle your cooldowns and it lets her just spam her AoEs. Time Matter is also another good one, because if you do manage to kill somebody with her first attack, then you'll get an attack buff on top of your attack buff from Time Matter, which is pretty cool. Tagails you can use on her. You're not going to be using it for her though. The Tagails you bring if you have a skill that you need to burn on a character that you're going to run on a team with her. Caladra is also an option, If you have an AoE Death Breaker or something along those lines, something that lets her do a bit more damage, it's just a flat out percent damage increase, so that's really nice. It's multiplicative. Generally, the rule for her as far as artifacts is you want her to either one-shot the enemy team or to reduce her cooldowns, because they're not very short cooldowns. As far as synergies go, she has pretty decent synergy with C-Dom since she has the double AoE, and she very much wants to be able to go for crit damage necklace and not have to worry too much about crit, which C-Dom definitely makes easier. Other than that, she just kind of hits stuff and makes it go ow. Anything that lets her do that is good. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. Let your boy know what you'd like to see. Like I said earlier in the video, I do plan on doing a speed tuning video. So if you're interested in that, let me know. It'd be cool to see who all is interested. But anyways, max out.